we are live. Hello, and welcome back to Dancing with the Devil. I will be your storyteller for today. I am Master Kiarl W.C. O'Larlandine the First, and these are my players.
Hi, I'm Gimmick, and I'll be playing Lord Voltaire Cassalanter. I regularly rob churches for their stained glass ink. Not the glass itself, just the stuff they paint it with. And boy, oh boy, do I guzzle it down like Gogurt. I just think it one faster. So that's what you get.
Okay. Alright, I'm M. I'll be playing Beatrix. I am half of the set of twins. Killer. Right?
Half. You are half of the set of twins.
Okay, good.
Yeah. Yeah, you said it right.
Yeah. Similar to myself, my character is not very articulate. But she punch. Oh.
I am V, playing Dante, also known as John. I will tell you my joke. Elephants jumped off of a cliff. Two of them landed on land, and one of them landed in water. But
I get that now.
Beautiful. I would like to give a thanks to the people providing our music. Firstly, Vinsvept, who has given us the permission to use their music on our streams. And secondly, Shane Ivers, who has all of his music in the public domain. Both of these artists are amazing. Go check them out. Vinsvept has Bandcamp and a YouTube. Shane Ivers has a website called silvermansound.com, I believe. Don't have it in front of me today, but I believe that is correct. Yes, our story tonight will be from Dancing with the Devil, Dancing with the Devil. It is a prequel session to Chapter 1, and is inspired by the song of Clockwork of Vaudeville by Steam-Powered Giraffe. Okay. So.
I'm all wiggly and jiggly, I'm excited.
It is the fall of 1491. The third day of Marpnoth, the Day of Wonders, when Waterdeep celebrates Gond, the god of creativity in the Forge, and celebrates the great magical technologies that have been invented. About a 10-day before Dante and Beatrix's 8th birthday this year, while preparing for the Founders' Day, Charity Gala, their father died. Their mother was hospitalized, and their older brother Voltaire returned, all in one night, with everything happening. Dante and Beatrix never got to celebrate turning 8. Before he returned out of nowhere, the twins have never even heard of Voltaire. Have never met Voltaire, only hearing fond stories about him, occasionally. Since returning, he has become almost a father, but still a sibling. Not quite a bro, not quite a father, either. Earlier today, Dante and Beatrix concluded that in fact, Voltaire must be a bother. Whilst preparing for the day, with the sound of festivals already echoing across the city, Beatrix and Dante remembered several years ago when a chair flew into the sky and was never seen again. At that moment, they decided that they would be the ones to find it. They snuck away from Jasper and Jeeves, their two mechanical retainers, known as Nimblewrights, and into the workshop, and Skyship dock. With the help of Nim, a third Nimblewright and designer of the Skyship in the workshop, the twins obtained a tool to track the chair, triangulating its position, and levitating through the sky. Upon retrieving the chair, they flew it over the Court of the Bull, where the Cassalanter Entertainment show was being held. Turned the chair's propellers off, as it could only go up whilst on, and cast Featherfall on themselves, so that nothing would be damaged by when they landed in the middle of the setup for the show. As you crash to the earth, and land with speed, though not impact,
Roll 5
your
that's gonna be a
nimble,
risky rogue.
your Nimblewright butler, Jasper, seemingly jumps out of his gears. By God! You're here, Master?
Yep.
Madam, Ms? It just kind of like looks up into the sky.
Guess what? We found the chair.
A cool chair.
It would appear so.
So it's no longer never seen again. It's seen now. You saw it, I saw it, she saw it.
Indeed,
Twice.
I did see it. Perhaps Voltaire might like to see it. Master Voltaire! The twins have been found!
Oh, father.
A bother.
Alright, Voltaire approaches with the top hat that he has all the time and everything. It's, you know, the whole shebang. I'm not wearing the leprechaun hat instead.
Taller bother.
Yeah, so, Voltaire,
Baller.
you had come to the Court of the Bull early this morning to set up for this show, for the show of the, Cassalanter Entertainment vaudeville. Later in the day, when the twins were expected to arrive along with Nim, and, Jasper and Jeeves, and the, centerpiece of the show, a large magical organ. The twins did not arrive, and Jasper seemed quite concerned. This is, and now the children are found.
Ah. Hello, darlings. How are we today? Are we safe, sound, and all of that?
They fell out of the sky,
I don't know
Master.
how you are, but we're doing great.
Then it's the perfect opportunity to ask if they're alright.
It was freaking awesome.
This is not a we thing. You were there. How are you?
I'm doing just fine, thank you. Getting ready for the show and everything that comes with it. Been looking for you two. What have you been up to?
Been
Since
up.
We have been up. We are what's up.
We are what's up.
Yeah. Don't know why that hurt me a little bit. Just to hear.
We found
Alright.
the missing flying chair.
And we flew it, and then we dropped it.
But we didn't crash it.
Because we're smart. Also, what is this show you're talking about?
Technically it
Oh,
crashed us, but yes, what is that?
I want to make an insight check.
Yeah, go ahead.
Children.
Make an insight check. Are you guys trying to hide anything?
I'm I'm way too freaking proud to hide
Yeah, you did.
Love
We
it.
beat a
You
house.
also
We
did.
threw a chair.
We're doing great. This is the best day of our lives so far. This is the most
Uh,
fun.
15 plus 2, 17.
Dare I say, we have peaked.
Yeah, until
Okay. Yeah, they seem incredibly excited and very proud of the fact that they fell out of the sky. And this chair does in fact seem to be the chair that mysteriously, well, not too mysteriously, but flew into the sky a few years back, the inventor of which having to be rescued by the Griffin Cavalry.
Well, that's certainly a lot more than I expected you two to get up to already today.
I know it very well.
No, I don't. That's why I'm here. I want to learn more about you.
Great, so what is the show that you're doing?
The show is a vaudeville. Do you know what that is?
I have no idea.
Never
It is
heard
a
that word.
It's a collection of musical performances and sometimes showmanship tricks, things like that. It's fascinating watch.
So it's music and a show.
It's music and a show,
And dinner.
but it's also it can be.
I'm very hungry.
I am intrigued.
Snow flying makes you really hungry.
This is still the morning, to be clear.
Dinner time.
It's 9 in the morning. What's dinner?
Right. We could get some brunch now if you're that hungry.
I'll settle for
Great.
that.
Yes, because that means dinner will happen later. as
Just
well.
not grits.
I don't like grapes.
No grapes, no grapes.
Peeps. And no more sour grapes.
Okay, I think we can accommodate both of these.
Just
So-
covering all our bases.
You should put the chair in your show.
Better yet, we'll be in the show and we'll
In the
fly
chair.
the chair.
Because we know how to fly.
Yes.
Yeah. And so far, we're the only ones who know how to fly.
We could put food on the chair and serve people food as they're
Why would you
watching
give
us.
other people food?
We can take people's food during the show.
I like that idea.
Flying
No, we-
around on a chair that can only go up, stealing food.
We just
I'm-
crash a little and then go it's just a rise and fall kind of thing.
It's like a dolphin.
We're just gonna hypnotize people into giving us their food. Like, what are these strange children doing? And be like, thank you.
Oh my gosh. I love this visual so much. It's so good in my head, and it won't leave. You know what? We will see about adding a last-minute installment to the show. But I do like where your head is at. That sounds like a lot of fun, and I do like
Amazing.
it.
Alright, brunch time.
Let's
Yeah.
get some brunch.
Let's brunch.
Yeah. So Voltaire, do you take the kids to a nearby diner, or are you just they can eat what the carnies are eating?
I guess I'll ask. Would you like to take part of the festival early, or would you like to go somewhere
And do a
more?
smell check.
Heck?
Yeah, I want to smell the food. There's food around, right?
Feels like a nature check.
Does the food
Yeah.
smell good? This is my question.
I mean,
I will
sure.
eat whatever
Make
is put in front of my face.
I know, I'm a kid, so I'm probably really into ketchup, you know what I'm saying?
sure.
And
Go
corn
ahead
dogs.
and make a investigation check.
Okay.
Oh, you
Um,
Like ketchup.
Wisdom investigation. I think.
Oh, wisdom. I'm correct. 9.
Okay, yeah. Well, you certainly smell food.
Yes.
It's Yeah.
You're at that age where
No,
as long as
like-
it's got fat in it, it smells good.
Yeah. I'm like, I smell good things.
Yeah.
I smell things.
I smell. What's
You smell
that?
something roasting like
you
on
smell that?
fires.
Do you smell that? You smell
I
that.
smell so many things.
Let's eat that. What is it? Tell me what it is.
No, don't tell me.
So-
just put
Just
it
give it to
down.
me.
You're just like looking around. Where the food?
There is that smell. There's just lines of vendors.
Well, no. Okay, so to be clear, this square is not a full like carny being set up. This is specifically being used for the Cassalanter entertainment shows.
Okay.
So like there's an entry point that people can like pay to come into here, and then they can be like shown the wonders in the Cassalanter show,
Okay.
essentially.
It's not super. Oh, it's not visible.
There aren't food stands. All of the food stands, Voltaire, you would know, the food stands that are currently setting up, one, the food would not be ready, and two,
Yeah.
they are not owned by you. They are people
Yeah.
who, like, you basically made an agreement with these people to have them be in the same fairground as you.
Okay.
This is a city-wide festival.
So I'm smelling somebody's lunch.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you are smelling what the, like, carny, like, workmen who are setting up the tents, you're smelling what they are just have thrown on, like, a trash can fire kind of thing.
Nice. Okay.
Like, there's just, like, a metal drum with a grate on top of it, and there's just, like, probably just some generic meat or vegetables just, like,
I do
sizzling
love
on
me
it.
some
That
generic
smells like immaculate food to me, and I am so ready.
It's hearty.
I can't. Okay, I can smell food, but I can't see it. So wherever it is, let's go.
Well,
Like a
I don't.
dog. Like a
I
dog.
don't believe I don't believe that they're ready for us yet.
Are they ever ready
But
for
I'm-
us?
We're ready
Yeah,
for this.
continue.
I don't believe that the show people are ready to have customers yet. I think the food is just getting started, especially if we're only now smelling the food. So there's a diner over there. It's gonna be lovely, and it will give us something to look forward to and plan ahead exactly what we're getting once the food is ready over there.
All right. I'm into planning. Sometimes.
Okay.
After I eat.
I'm into eating.
See?
All the time.
Then let-
Excellent.
Then we should eat, and afterwards I do have something special in store for you. Have you ever had the opportunity to see the workings of a pipe organ?
Not yet.
I have always wanted to see that,
Yes.
whatever that is.
Oh, and it's gonna be great. It's a big instrument. Really big one. But
You
It's
will-
one
so
of the
big.
biggest.
You'll be truly. It's not. You'll be truly. You'll be truly
lie.
fascinated by this, Master and Ms. This is, in fact, even a magical pipe organ.
It makes really, really big sounds.
Center of the show.
Can we play it?
Maybe. We'll see.
You take one half and I'll take the other.
Okay.
And then we like get together.
With our feet also.
Yes.
Okay, great.
Okay, I'm glad we were on the same page.
Yeah.
I'll be sure to hand out earplugs before the show starts.
Awesome.
I guess I take them to the food, and we gotta get some food in us.
Yeah. So you said you were going to a diner then?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So you go to like a nearby diner, and in this diner, there, like it's just stereotypical diner. Like you head in, the bell dings, you smell like breakfast foods being cooked up, and a gnome kind of turns, or not, yeah, halfling. A halfling turns around, and standing in the what is very clearly a raised kitchen as compared to the entry area. Well then, good to see you. Good to see you coming in, Lord Cassalanter, and kids. What can I get for you?
I'll take your biggest beer, please.
No, she will not.
I will take your second biggest beer, please.
That's not the issue.
Eggs Benedict.
I'll take eggs Benedict,
That's-
except I don't want those, I want waffles.
I'll take her eggs Benedict.
Yeah, alright, that can be arranged.
Well, now I'm thinking of. I don't remember what I was going to order.
Yeah,
Those
so
both
she-
sound good.
Yeah, she like calls back into the kitchen, one stolen egg and some presto!
Incredible linguistics.
She turns back to you, Voltaire. And what would you be having, sir?
Let's see. Well, I'm stuck up between eggs and waffles. So,
Get a
my
waffle
do you want better?
Elven toast.
Well, now there are 3 options I have to decide. I'll stick with my original thing. Could I get? Yeah, all right. I would like a waffle and an omelet with it. Whatever goes inside of an omelet with that.
Can I get tomato juice?
Tomato juice.
Alright. Blood of the farm for the kid, and, I had something and then it immediately evaporated. Yeah, no. Yeah. Blood of the farm for the kids, and, smashed egg a mystery for him.
But I am a tick.
Yeah.
Suck the joy out of
They
it.
just, like, the, halfling goes back into the, open plan, place, and you actually see there is a, like, gnome as well, who looks on the younger end, and is, like, currently, like, working the fry station as she's, like, gone to go and make the waffles. Yes, presto. Yeah.
They serve coffee.
I'm sure that they do. Do you want coffee? Okay. Just curious.
Can we sit?
All right.
Like, the diner is empty at the moment. Like, all of the chairs are open.
Yeah, but I gotta check.
Which table do you want?
So many choices. Let's take, I guess an
Can we
outdoor
sit at the
seating.
bar?
We can
sit
sit
at
at
the bar. I'll sit in the corner, and you sit in the other corner, and then we'll look mysterious to whomever comes in, like we're not family.
Okay, I go
We
sit at the bar.
All right, if they're doing that, I'm going to have a seat where I can keep an eye on both of them.
Yeah, so, yeah, you guys are just, like, triangular, in the place. Like, one corner taken up by Voltaire, another by Beatrix, and another and Dawn just in the
I'm, like,
middle of the
kicking
bar.
my legs and
Yeah.
watching everything in the kitchen. I wanna know.
Yeah.
What a sweet
So,
boy.
yeah, you guys all have your brunch.
I just every now and then call out, "How's your food?"
Yeah. Oh, to be clear,
It is.
like, people are starting to come in, like, after you guys are here. It's entirely halflings, who are coming in.
Everyone's smaller than me.
Halflings are not necessarily smaller than you, no.
Smaller than me.
Yeah.
We're small
As,
together.
yeah. Halflings are essentially hobbits. But, yeah, as you guys enjoy your brunches separate from each other.
I definitely-
all over
I-
Voltaire's name.
I actually hate tomato juice, but I think that adults drink it, so I like drink it and hate it the whole time.
Every once in a while, just
Yeah. And then I drink the whole thing.
Love it.
Tastes
I,
like
I,
grown-up.
I get experimental and empty the omelet and put the omelet fillings in the waffle, fold that over, and eat that like an omelet.
I run over for a bite. Can I have some? That looks fun. I'll
Yeah,
trade
right.
you some of my tomato juice. You can have as much as you want.
I will take
You know
your
what?
tomatoes.
Tomato juice.
I will take it.
Okay.
All right, if I give you this waffle omelet, this wafflet, would you womlet? We'll figure it out later. If I give you a bite of this, will you give her your tomato juice?
Yes.
Well, deal. There we go.
And I run over my tomato juice. It's disgusting.
No, it tastes
But
like
it's so
grown-up.
good. It's so good. It's so good.
It's so
I love it.
delicious.
Alright, anyway.
B, I will trade you.
You go back to the bar.
I go back. I go over to Beatrix. I'll trade you this empty omelet for your tomato juice. There you go. Thank you. Oh, I don't know about that.
I come back for it. Let me finish it.
Yeah, so as you guys are just passing around the tomato juice for
Take off my hat, just pour the rest.
yeah.
Scaring all the patrons.
You guys are the richest people here, and you are giving these people a show.
You're expensive. And that's okay.
As they're like, oh, this is how the elite do it.
It is.
Yeah.
It's all business deals.
Eventually, you guys, yeah, you finish up your breakfast, and as they're as everyone is finished, you Jeeves comes into the room, comes into the place and kind of looks around and is clearly confused on who to go to at first until it just turns to Voltaire and walks up to Voltaire. Nim said that he is ready for you to come and tour, Master.
Absolutely. So, thank
Hi,
you for letting
G.
us know, Jude.
Hello, Master.
You like some
Dante.
tomato juice?
I cannot eat.
It's a drink.
I cannot drink.
Can't taste tomato juice?
Good luck.
I am unable of consumption.
Lucky punk.
Oh,
We're
shit, I
that
didn't have
easy.
needs.
But he's got to
Okay.
bear that burden, I guess.
Guess I gather the kids once we're finished eating and vamoose.
Yeah.
The show.
Okay, so plan in time
Plan time.
for the pipe organ.
Yes.
When are we going to play?
Probably after we make sure that you can.
I have fingers.
I have
Not what I meant.
It works very well.
It would-
Sure.
All 10 of them, right?
Yes, there are
Good.
10 of
You
you.
give me pipes, I will give you all of these.
Have a finger if you had a pipe.
I'm locking that away in my brain forever. That's just mine now.
This is how the elite do this.
At least 8-year-olds.
The richest 8-year-olds in town.
I know, I have
Man.
a license. For how rich I am.
I feel like licensing. I am born.
Okay. So to deal with the pipe organ, Nim is going to be showing, is the technician for it, and it will be showing us how to properly utilize the instrument and show it just exactly how it is, and put on a
I
better
really-
show for us, I'm sure.
I don't know.
The
if
whole
we should utilize any- That sounds sketchy.
Name
we
a
shouldn't what?
technician magician.
Utilize. What does that mean? I feel like that's bad.
Use.
Oh,
It
why
means
did you
use.
say use?
Because it has more letters, and
You're
I think
supposed
that's
to be
fun.
the smart one. I knew what that meant.
But it has extra letters for a reason. Why don't you?
That's just use with extra steps.
Yeah, as you guys like arrive at the like exterior of this tent, there are like pipes go up and out of this circus tent. And you can tell that like this back tent is like draped over, and just beneath the tent curtain you can see like the wheels of the wagon that this pipe organ apparently fixed to. As Voltaire, as you like open up the curtain, you see Nim the Nimblewright with his musketeer dress and a musketeer hat on, look over at you, hi, it's good that you made it. It's time to show them the organ, then?
Yes, it is, Nim.
Not gonna lie, I really thought we were gonna see like slightly disappointed.
You know, if
Well,
Hunter does
though not the lungs, this is, in a sense, both the heart and brain of the entire show.
It
You
does
see-
function more like lungs, though, because air that.
Nim pulls a cord, and the curtain kind of opens up. I suppose you'd be right. I suppose it's 3 organs in one.
It's my kind of
As
organ.
there are a collection of automatons that are gathered in the center of this tent, with stands around. There are Yes, there is a silver automaton who wears a like black like fancy trench coat, like a greatcoat even, with its lapel, and black colored shirt with a red tie underneath a black vest. The inside of the coat is red. Has red lining with broad stripes going down it. There is a another one has a fully black outfit, but with red suspenders and a red bow tie, with a black top hat and a green feather coming off of it. Their metallic, kind of gold bronze hair is coming around their golden face. Next to them is like a broad automaton with like a a black, again, the main theme of all of these are black and red. This one has a black dress shirt with like red accents, kind of also red suspenders, but also kind of like red accents on the collar and sleeves. This down anymore. Hates me. There we go. There's one with like a full black outfit and very little red to be seen, even, with a black hat with a white flower on it. Their copper face is framed by like dark black like painted wood hair that's kind of coming back. And then there's a final one with a fully black outfit, a pipe coming out of their kind of bowler cap, with like rusty hair kind of going back around with a rusty mustache and beard across their silver iron face.
I just got what you're doing, and I like it.
These automatons are gathered. They are all in like various like neutral kind of like slumped poses, in a theater neutral, just ragdoll standing. As then Nim walks over to the organ and runs his finger along the keyboard as the organ kind of swells to life. And as it does so, the automatons all like come to life and begin to move, and for a moment they dance and almost act, but before you can comprehend what they are communicating through their movements, they fall still as the organ falls silent.
Whoa.
What?
It controls the entire show.
Wow.
You see, Nim, probably the most excited you've ever seen Nim, gets up onto the wagon and like kind of climbs up, and then hits a button as all of the pipes kind of open up. You see on the inside of the pipes, kind of hanging by strings, is a bunch of aether crystals, blue glowing crystals arranged inside of this organ.
So it is magic.
That's so freaking cool. That's way cooler
In-
than a giant hair.
In each pipe, there is a crystal for each of the little automatons out there of our clockwork vaudeville. With each note, it tells them to do a different thing. Something indeed. There is some magic interpolation in here as well, that single riffs, it captures the intention of the player, not just keystrokes themselves. These are not simply puppets. Magically controlled one, controlled by intent, much the keys themselves.
Is it
Well, I play it for some, and your brother Voltaire plays it for others.
I didn't know you were cool.
Surprise.
Of course you can play it. That's the entire point of this.
Can you
Little
hook me
experiment.
up to the pipe organ, and then Dawn can control another day.
Perhaps,
I didn't
we
hear a word.
could connect your soul as if it were an aether crystal to the machine. Control you that way.
You could have your soul connected to a pipe organ.
I said that we would never peek past the same. I was so very, very wrong.
By all means, take the keyboard.
I'm gonna go sit and press one note and look what happens.
I'm right over his shoulders, but I'm
Yeah,
not.
so you press one note and look towards the automatons curiously, and then they all look at you curiously.
Do it again.
I'm gonna press another note.
Okay.
Same thing. Different note, same.
Yeah, you like press the note and look back at them, and they have like looked away, and then they look back at you.
It's intent. We have to intend something else. What should we intend?
Make them bring us food.
We just ate unbearable. What if we make them say cuss? I'm gonna think of the one cuss word I know. All of my fingers down.
She's like, good.
Okay.
Wiener.
Yeah, you press it,
No,
and
you guys, it's utilized. Anyway.
a cacophony of utilize comes out from the automatons in a very musical, harmonious way.
Wow.
It's very much more like music theater than it is like classical. It's not like it's not like a barbershop quartet as much as like very, very theatrical. Like, like a certain barbershop quartets. No, it's not like angelic chorus. It's more barbershop or the music theater. Yeah.
Don's laughing so hard he falls off the bench.
Make them dance ballerinas.
Okay. So I got on the bench, and I'm thinking, I'm like, first I'm like, okay, and then I'm gonna like...
Yeah. Go ahead and make a dexterity performance check. Actually, no, sorry, not performance. It's just straight dexterity. You are not yet proficient in pipe organ.
But that can change today. With
15. You like just guard gung, like essentially chopsticks, but on a pipe organ, and not knowing how to play chopsticks. As very clunkily all of these automatons begin to like dance and like essentially like halfway between like ballerina and the robot. Like one of them you end up making the bulkiest of them get up on like his like toe and try to pirouette, as like it just tips over and then like restabilizes and continues to dance around in this very clumsy way, but they're dancing.
You're doing great.
It's like a wonderful music box.
Yeah. Nim ends up sitting on the bench next to you and looks over to Beatrix. Why don't you come as well? Your brother wanted both of you to experience this.
You wanna play it?
Okay.
Play it.
After all, what would a birthday gift be if it was only one of you? Oh,
birthday?
did I spill the beans?
No, it's
I see
fine.
no
It's
beats.
fine.
This is the best birthday ever.
As he begins to play,
And now you're thinking about beans.
follow what I do, but 12 keys over. As he's doing very simple, just like most of it is just like, pecking method, but every once in a while he'll do like a full hand on chords.
I'm very, like, I am hooked. I'm following.
Yes.
Doing everything on
I am
board.
just
Yes.
feeling it.
Yes.
Love it. Okay, so I'd like to know what your passive, dexterity check is.
Just plus one.
For you, make a dexterity check. Because you feeling it, but you're like trying to learn and like really focusing.
8.
Okay, you're doing
Feeling
better.
it.
So essentially, like, each of you are controlling a few of these automatons. There are 5 of them in all, and Nim is controlling Nim is controlling 3, and each of you are controlling 1. As I go ahead, and you guys can choose which automaton you are controlling. Yes, in case anybody didn't pick it up, the automatons are the members of Steam Powered Giraffe. Modeled after it, inspired. They are not just those characters.
But which era?
So I basically gathered all 5 of the mechanical ones,
Yeah.
and none of the humans.
Gotcha. Cool.
So it's from the various eras. It's not all the same era. And it's the 5 mechanical ones.
I want
Nice.
the bulky ballerina.
The bulky guy. Yeah.
Woman blowing smoke.
Okay, yes.
You gender swap.
And I am yes, to be clear, these automatons are just physically after the like they do not have names or anything like that. These are like pure automatons. As
Not
yes.
that copyright.
Well, I mean, yeah, but yeah. As you guys are playing around, and what are you making the bulky one fail at? Okay, yeah, with who? Okay, yeah, so the bulky one is not leading, but following Tango alone.
I'm training the best.
and
guys
is
for-
constantly falling over. What are you? What are you leading yours to do? Subparly, but technically,
An Irish jig that I saw.
love it. Yes.
And I really am trying to imitate that best of my memory.
However, you have never seen an Irish jig.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah,
I don't know if
yeah.
the person who's doing it knew what they were doing either.
To be clear, it would likely be like halfling or like Highlands jig.
Hey, we got the diner on the mind.
But yeah.
That's how it goes.
Someone in there, some child in there was like dancing, and I was like, that looks legit.
The tomato juice is making me feel Latin.
Yes.
Adults and less.
As I just realized love it. Okay. Continuing. Yes, you guys are having your automatons dance. Does Voltaire get involved as well?
Oh, of course.
Okay, yeah.
You should tango with the bulky ballerina.
I'm absolutely.
Okay. Voltaire does know enough of this instrument to play, and you like take over too, and basically like partner up with the children. And yeah, you play beautifully. Knowing how to do this. You're largely the front player, the person out in the audience hamming it up, but will often go up to essentially duet with Nim, when Nim requires more hands. As Nim is just playing away at the organ. This is also the, like, Nim... I'd like both of you to make insight checks, real quick.
6.
I didn't hear.
Love it.
I have no thought.
What was it?
Yeah, so
John got a 1.
a natural one. Yeah. How do you critically fail? Describe your spectacular failure at vibe checking Nim.
I honestly, at this point, I'm so far in my own world, I've forgotten that he's there. So I'm vibe checking the organ.
Yeah, so you are just like playing the organ, and at one point you just like play a chord that is not exactly a chord. You guys have had some very minor keyboard lessons to the fact that you like understand the layout of a keyboard, kind of, but you're not proficient in any
minor key.
instruments. No, you're not proficient with any.
Matters.
You're not proficient with any keyboard instruments. As yeah, you play over to the side, and the rest of you notice like Nim has to like reach over Dante as like Dante has like leaned over to Nim's notes, and Nim is just like puppeteer stancing in order to continue playing. As yeah,
gently lead him back.
yeah, throughout the time as things are setting up, Voltaire, you eventually like have to leave and do things and get everything set up. But Nim is continues to teach you guys and corrects you when you make mistakes. But as you begin to get the hang of it and actually play music, though like
Against all odds.
Against all odds. You guys have... Yeah. You guys, as I said, you've had very minor teachings with keyboard. And now you're starting to figure out keyboard, the pipe organ. Very rudimentary. But, as Nim... Nim continues to play for a while as they kind of begin to move. You'll, at one point, eventually, Beatrix, you, like, hit a note, and then the automaton that you are controlling, the broad automaton, like ends up like kind of taking a very ambitious tango stance, and then just you hear a chung as a spring just shoots out. And then Nim reaches up and like pulls down both of the like keyboard covers at the same time.
I can it. I'm gonna have to spring.
Alrighty. That is what will end this lesson for now. It's fun, mistakes happen, but they do need to be in working order for the show today. As Nim kind of, rather than like just like getting up normally, he like raises his legs and like spins in place on the seat, and then lowers them and gets out, like very robotic.
I can do that.
Make an acrobatics check.
6.
Yeah, so you just raise your legs and just, you don't even get to the spin, you just fall straight backwards. Go ahead and make a perception check to try to find the spring that's springed.
I'll help.
Yeah.
You don't want my help.
8.
Yeah, so you guys are kind of looking around, and about like 10 minutes of like searching through the bleachers, you don't find anything. The two of you are just like face to face behind a bleacher at this point, and you're like, we've searched everywhere and have not found this spring.
We need a magnet.
I just killed my only friend.
I think Yum might be your friend if you. Okay. Anyway, need a magnet. We can fix it. We can save your friend.
I can fix him. I heard a woman say that on the street.
About who?
I don't know. Maybe a broken automaton.
Probably.
Yeah, as you guys like come out from behind the bleachers, and you see Nim just like look at at the automaton's leg, like finishing something with tools, and then stands up, tests the leg, as you see a new spring is set into the leg.
What?
Magic.
So you have extra parts?
Of course I do.
Where?
Of course he does.
Where?
Well, they aren't just behind the tent, easily accessed for the show. Do not mess with them. They are necessary in case something goes wrong.
I wouldn't mess with them, but like that doesn't mean the old spring is up for grabs, right?
If you can find a broken spring,
Do you have a
go
magnet?
ahead.
Introduce.
Oh.
Good.
I am busy. I need to set up for the show. The show is about to start even, and
I'll make myself scarce. I'll be somewhere else pretending I don't exist.
Why would you make yourself scared?
Scarce.
I don't think you're saying that right.
It means far away.
Oh, Dawn. Oh, so simple, Mike.
I'm gonna say that next time I want to leave. Just I need to make myself far away.
At least I have a mind. Be simple way.
And look where that got you.
Yeah.
But yes, if the two of you could perhaps go and find Voltaire, I need to this all needs to be cleared and set up and ready for the patrons to be coming in. They will be coming shortly.
We'll find him.
Everybody coming scared and short.
I'm grabbing your hand and running out.
As you're leaving, Nim like plays a few notes, and the automatons rearrange themselves to their starting positions, and then Nim pulls the curtain closed.
Okay.
You guys look for Voltaire.
I'm gonna beeline for the parts, man. I'm not going for Voltaire.
Okay, sure, yeah.
What we're doing, I'm just
Go ahead. Are you just like rushing to the parts, or are you trying to stealthily rush to the
Where
parts?
are they? Like, is it very visible? Because you said
Yeah,
outside the tent.
you like circle around to the back, and you see like there is like essentially a like kind of a workshop. There are a bunch of parts like hung up on a wall, with like extra. You see like crates are kind of off to the side.
Okay, you know what? I think Voltaire might be in there, so we should go in there.
To be clear, these are exterior. It's like a plywood wall's been set up.
Okay, I'm finding a magnet.
Okay, yeah. Go ahead and as you're kind of looking through the tools and whatnot, this is pretty much the first time you've like been really around these tools. Before now, like back at the villa, you'd always be reading books or doing other things, academic learning. The artificery was not something that was in the curriculum. As you're kind of like looking around, go ahead and make a survival check to look for a magnet. Voltaire, go ahead and make a perception check.
Okay.
What was the check? Sorry.
Survival. Wisdom survival. Yeah. Okay, yeah. Yeah, so you're just like looking through as you can't find anything on the wall, and you just like start digging through some of the crates. There's like like metal objects clanging around. Are you just sitting there and watching, or?
This is good. This is quality entertainment.
Okay, Voltaire, what was your perception?
8.
Lovely.
What a lovely family.
As Dante is like head in crate, Beatrix, the curtain of the tent opens directly to where the wagon is, and you see Nim standing there, like having just opened the tent.
Hide.
you like go to you go and hide. Do you say that?
Yes.
I immediately jump into the bin that I'm searching.
Yeah, okay, yeah. Go ahead and like make a perception check at disadvantage, because you say hide as Nim like looks at you and you run off to hide somewhere. Also you Dante, do the same stealth check at disadvantage. Dexterity.
18.
Dexterity stealth.
Oh, dexterity stuff?
Yeah.
Well, perception was
No,
18.
both of you.
Dexterity.
No, you don't need to make a perception. I may have misspoke. I meant stealth. Yeah. Okay.
You said this a bit, right?
Yes.
I love that both of you perfectly encapsulate exactly how I was at 8 years old.
15?
Fascinating.
At disadvantage?
Wait a minute. What does this?
You roll twice and take the worst. Yeah.
15. Because the other one was
Okay.
21.
Yeah.
Mine is, once again, like a 2.
Okay, yeah. So you say hide and then like run off and like
Disappear.
yeah, you like kind of jump under the wagon and are just like hiding there as you're like seeing Nim. You just see Nim's legs walk directly to the crate and then reach in and like try to pull Dante out.
I am.
Or
I haven't found Voltaire. I thought he would be in, but he's not.
as yeah, Nim is just like holding you by like the shoulder of your shirt and just holding you in front of him.
I'm gonna grab his wrists very intensely and go, can you teach me how to fix your automatons?
Perhaps another time, but the show is about to start.
Oh, I forgot. Alright.
Sets you down. Stay out of the parts,
Okay.
or you will become the parts.
Really? What does that mean?
I think that's a good
Would you like your femur to be part of an automaton?
Yes!
Wouldn't be able to.
But the automaton could. Never mind, I'll go. Bye.
Voltaire, your children will not take threats.
I know!
Oh my gosh, I found him!
Okay, yeah. So, are you still hiding?
Yes, but talking very loudly the entire time. Just like, this is bad.
Okay, make another stealth check at disadvantage then.
My gosh, woman.
16.
Okay, so no one can figure out where you are, but like they'll hear you and they'll be like, "Where's Beatrix?" Yeah, like you'll say something like you say that, and Nim like you can see like Nim kind of like his legs are shuffling, like he's looking around. And like he kind of like walks off. It must have been the wind. As Yeah, as Voltaire, you said you were heading to Voltaire?
Yeah, okay, okay.
Yeah. Dante, like, comes up to you.
All right. Now, where's the other one?
I'm gonna see how this plays out. Did you find him?
I found him!
Ooh,
She's
she's
over
finding
there.
him.
Make a perception check. You don't know precisely where she is. All you remember, yeah. So you just point generally at the tent. Yeah, this is like a massive circus tent kind of thing. It's like taking up a large part of the square. The inside of the tent was like a full-on circus inside. Like there were like things that like trapezes and nets and stuff, like full-on circus. But yeah, what was your
I
perception?
did get an 18.
An 18. Okay, yeah. So you do like hear Beatrix, and then you like spot Beatrix just underneath the pipe organ wagon.
I'm going
Ooh,
to walk
you
up to
can't
the wagon.
see me.
I don't know where she is. Guess what? Nim said he was gonna teach me how to fix a automatron, and then he said I could be one. He was gonna take my fever and put it in an automatron. Isn't that cool?
Not yet.
What?
It's not cool yet.
Why?
Because he was saying it. Nim was saying it to make you stop doing that. He wanted,
Stop.
and to get you out of the way.
So mean.
Jeeves runs up to you, Voltaire, at this point, and like stands. Lord Cassalanter, the
Yes.
guests are entering. Jasper is manning the front.
Okay, that's fine. Okay, we will get to where we're supposed to be, right, Beatrix? And I duck my head under. Dip
We're not
down.
supposed to find me.
I
Ooh,
know.
I'm not here.
Rix, we gotta go watch the automatons,
Fine.
and then we can eat dinner.
Ooh, fine.
There
You
we go.
have a VIP section in the tent.
I don't know what that means. What is VIP?
Very important person,
They have that
Mademoiselle.
Okay, is there food there?
Yes, there are food.
I love being. Okay, take us there.
wrong.
Yeah, Jeeves kind of like turns and then begins to walk towards the front of the tent.
I have a hand on both of their shoulders to make sure they don't run off.
Well, to be clear, you need to get into like the
right.
showrunner like
yeah.
shoot, what is that called?
The circus ring.
The
Not the place.
pit.
The like it's not headmaster, that's a freaking school.
Ringmaster.
Ringmaster. Yeah, ringmaster.
Eh.
I'm dressed like one already. I might as
Yeah. So you
I will take.
Let's
Why
go
are we
find a
waiting?
beer.
are you gonna try to sneak away from Jeeves?
Let's see how it works and then decide.
You're gonna try and then maybe not.
It's the kid way of
Go-
testing boundaries.
Go ahead and make a stealth check as like Jeeves is yet like walking off trying to lead you guys.
Fun.
21. Okay, are you following at all? Or are you sticking with Jeeves?
Do I see
You
you?
could find that spring.
Yeah, I mean, presumably
Do you
you're.
signal at me when you go, or are you like? So I'm gonna try to sneak away also.
Make a stealth check, yeah.
If you do, I'm leaving you. I'm leaving you.
Wait, what is stealth? It's
Dexterity.
Yeah.
7.
Yeah, so as you like begin to like walk off a little bit, Jeeves like turns back and then like gently grabs your shoulder. Now, Master Dante, where are you going?
I have to poop.
All right, I can take you to the latrines.
Thank you.
He turns towards the latrines and begins guiding you towards the latrines.
There's my spring.
As you head off, Beatrix. So Beatrix, where are you going?
I want to go get one of those ringmaster outfits.
At least it's not there.
From
Anyone
where?
I can find.
Anyone. Not anywhere.
Okay. So you're just looking around for ringmaster outfits.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna go try and look around for the room that Voltaire was in.
8-year-old
See if I can find that.
Okay, yeah, go ahead and make a perception check.
This is where I don't do well. What's perceptive wisdom modifier? 1.
Okay, yeah. So, you go around, and you end up finding, like, a few, wagons that, like, none of the guests are entering this area, and you're like, must be the showrunners. So you, like, go, and then you, like, kind of sneak into one of the wagons. Like, the inside of the wagon is dark. Like, the light hasn't kind of come in.
Stupid. Stupid.
As yeah. As you are in there.
Very stealthy, but I'm not very perceptive, so this is where you and I should have been one person.
Yeah, we should be working as a team, but
I got away. Now what?
forcibly going to poop.
As hello?
Ooh. Okay.
Who might you be?
I'm your worst nightmare. Who are you?
As you hear a king and then glow. As this woman in a full-on harlequin, circus makeup with like kind of circus outfit, the checkers and diamonds, the contrasting blue and red, with this white makeup with blue and red diamonds across part of her face, kind of tilts her head.
Go get it, lady. Where'd you get it?
My vanity.
Here, I can't look at you.
It is myself. Dressed myself up all like this.
Ah, that's very cool. However, I was told not to talk to strangers, and I usually don't listen.
Oh,
to
I'm not a stranger, am I? I'm a carny. Everyone knows carnies. Welcome to the circus. This is the end of the line. This is where people show up and have a show.
Yeah, and I got a show to go to. So it's been real. I peed my pants a little. We're learning. We're experiencing new things. I'll see you around.
Out of bed.
Can't move my legs. I'm a little scared.
That can happen sometimes. No. Maybe you should join the circus sometime.
Well, in a way, I am in the circus. My brother runs a circus, and I'm learning how to play the lungs. So,
Oh.
yeah.
Well. In that case, suppose I'll keep my hands off.
Keep your hands. I'll keep my hands.
Well. Farewell. Have a good show.
I'd say it's nice to meet that. Oh.
Yeah, you just.
Leave the set.
Yeah.
That was freaky. I thought ghosts were scary and.
As.
Her in my name.
Yeah. You begin to hear organ music playing. Both of you do. as Dante, you're just like sitting inside of a lavatory, just sitting there, not doing anything because you don't need to. And then you hear the music in the distance, the organ music beginning to play.
Oh, I'm finished.
And Voltaire, you kind of like, as the show's getting ready, you kind of are looking through, and you notice the VIP booth is in fact empty.
Sorry, I'm trying to eat this Werther's original faster.
As you know that you can't really leave. You need to be here. As
okay.
Yeah, as Jeeves is like walking you back towards the tent at a bit of a increased pace. Jeeves is very clearly like looking around it. Very clearly being aware that it is missing a child.
I am in so much trouble, it's not even funny. I'm gonna try and run ahead of them and sit at the chair and just be like, nothing happened.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, so make a stealth check to try to get to the tent without Jeeves noticing.
To see if I can tell she was in trouble.
Stealth is dexterity. 21.
21.
Just stealth. Nothing else.
I will... That's actually a good point. I might actually just add a twin feature that kind of... I'll tell you vaguely when things... But... Yeah, so as you are, like, kind of scurrying across the yard towards the tent, you hear... You hear Jeeves. Mademoiselle Cassalanter!
Oh, crap.
Get back here!
No. But also, yes, continues to run in his direction.
Okay.
Yes.
As, yeah,
Keep on toes.
you are heading over to Jeeves as he, like, looks down at you. Where did you go, Mademoiselle Cassalanter?
I had to pee.
We were just at the lavatories, Mademoiselle Cassalanter. You were not there, Mademoiselle Cassalanter.
And if you look at the back of my trousers, you'll see I did not find it.
Make a deception check.
No! That one!
Get new dice.
Oh.
It's nice!
Did you find my spring?
Get your own dice.
I will tell you later.
He looks over to the direction you came from, and then, like, drops to his knees and, like, looks you in the eye. Mademoiselle Cassalanter, you should stay away from the carnies. They are forbidden from speaking to you by Voltaire Cassalanter.
Why?
I will tell you all about this.
But why?
Because Lord Cassalanter is the leader of the household, and therefore I must follow his command.
But why can't we carnies? Are they bad?
You can't speak to the carnies because Lord Cassalanter told me you cannot speak with the carnies.
Don, believe me, it was so terrifying that the trousers is not pretending.
But why what happened? Did it hurt you?
So, I was walking around, not going to the bathroom, sorry Jeeves. I was trying to find a hat, like Voltaire, so I could look snazzy in the VIP box. I walked around, and I saw an empty wagon, and I just thought, it's empty, there must be clothes in there. You know, I'm sure my logic tracks. And I walk in, and it's completely dark, and I suddenly realize I cannot see. And then all of a sudden I hear, oh, hello there, but like really scary. And then the light comes on, and this like creepy woman with face makeup, worse. She had blue and red diamonds on her face. And and she wanted to take my hands, and I said, "You keep your hands, I'll keep my hands," and I ran away, but not before.
Was it an atomic?
Oh, there was so much makeup on. I don't think so. It
Okay,
was
we better get it in the box.
the VIP boxes.
Yes.
I wish I had a top hat though.
As yes, you had Jeeves like stands up and like puts a hand on each of your backs and leads you towards the tent. As you enter the tent, the show is already going. Voltaire is like in the center, putting on quite the show. You are not at the organ. You are like introducing the different acts. As you go ahead. By the way, you can just improv acts if you would like to, and like improv introductions to acts, and they will become canonically part of the circus. It is either carnies or automatons. And since it's the Day of Wonders, the focus would be on the automatons.
Yes, yes. Ladies and gentlemen, and those of us who know better, welcome to the show. I'm glad that you're all here in attendance. First, we have an opening act, the likes of which you have never seen. A mechanical wonder far beyond the imagination of mortal man. Please welcome an angelic figure made from the mechanical arts of from parts unknown. Here it is, and I was gonna think of a name, but I couldn't think of it.
As the organ plays kind of an angelic tune as this angelic form kind of comes in mechanical. You can the way that I'd like both of you to make perception checks, kind of investigation, as it kind of soars down. The wings made of gears and glass. The body, it's kind of light, like blonde wood, with ornate carvings of gold. Marbles that echo, designs that echo marble, though, of course, they are not marble. They are etchings onto wood with golden engravings. And what were your checks? Okay, Beatrix, you notice that this angel is in fact on a they're very difficult to notice, but the way that it moves, it appears that it is hanging from something. Like it's not actually flying in, but rather being held up by strings.
Oh, I gotta try that.
As Voltaire kind of like leads it around with his hand, and it soars around, and then a mechanical elephant with wings coming off of it, which those of you who are religiously inclined would recognize as a holophant, begins to follow the angel as the angel kind of lands on the elephant, and then begins to circle around. As it circles around, new figures begin to come up as fire erupts from one side of the stage, as then like red-stained wood with iron and black iron metal bits like come out of the flames, seemingly out of nowhere. I'd like both of you to make perception checks. As they're coming out of the flames, they are etched with sinew, and they appear kind of grotesque and creepy in their movements, jolting around. As Voltaire introduced the demon army, or devil army, I should say.
The mechanical arts are born like many arts that we know throughout history.
To be clear, this is very much, yeah, this is very much telling the story. You are it's essentially you're doing a retelling of Zerial attacking
Yeah.
Avernus.
The mechanical arts, like many arts, show what is deep within the heart and soul of all, including the fears of those before us. Before you, we have the story of the mighty Zerial, an angel fallen from grace down into the hells below, and the devils that serve under her kind. Watch before you as they perform their militaristic rites and show off the might of the powers of the underworld.
As the angel and mechanical winged elephant kind of charge through the devil automatons as they're like falling to the sides and whatnot. To be clear, this is very like this is not as much. This is like children's show scary. It's not like meant to truly be scary as much as a wonderment. As like the elephant is like running through and the angel is swinging a large sword. But what were your perception checks?
4.
Cool. Yeah, these things freaking came out of they came out of the fire. They burned into existence.
I had a freaking
As you're probably even like you're probably actually frightened of these things, of the devils, as they're like coming up, and then the like spotlight that is on the angel gets silhouetted by a figure, as the figure turns their back. Wait, no, actually, the spotlight is like kind of going down, and then the devils begin to like overwhelm the elephant and angel, and then the spotlight slowly cuts out, and the lights go out. As then,
You have to go then, you have to go now.
Then the lights, one single spotlight shoots in the middle, and what once was an angel is now, instead of the glass, it looks like melted glass, black and red wing, with the black iron of the devils and the red wood carved, as what was once a glowing halo is now a flaming ring around this angel's head, as she looks up. And would you care to tell the end of the story? If you remember it.
Yes. I don't.
Okay. As Voltaire, the angel Zerial's attack into Avernus ended in tragedy, with the great angel being lost and taken as one of the devils herself.
My gosh! It was the children?
As then kind of like the lights come back up, with one battle lost, many battles of the devils and angels still rage on, the heavens and hells fighting. And it kind of goes into a seamless like pitch into like this wrestling match between some of the automatons as well as actual people who represent these different sides of the divine and the fiend. And like the segue goes into like money raising for the crusades, as then later the show in the show during the wrestling, one of the there is like, along with the wrestling, there's a whole bunch of other stuff, including an acrobatic show where you see the woman the woman who is back in the cart, kind of going around, and she is very clearly depicting the fiendish side of this fight. The acrobatics are almost like, they're essentially like interpretive dance, like they're implying fighting, but they're not actually like fighting with each other and stuff. As then later, after this divine comedy put on, the next show comes, vaudeville, which opens with some some very needed lighthearted levity at this point, comedic playing, what not, as you guys watch this, you've noticed throughout the show, throughout the different shows, that strange things occasionally happen. Like, whereas when the devils arrived, most of the flames were red. One of the flames, instead of being flames, was difficult to notice, but was actually like a puff of flower petals. And during the wrestling, when one of the wrestlers was supposed to instead jump down, they began floating up. And it didn't seem quite right for the pacing, and was almost explained away in a strange way. As this show is beginning to start, you're now watching. Yes?
I want to roll this.
Yeah, make an Arcana check. As you have noticed that at the same times as those happening, certain of the pipes would flash an odd color with like almost like a puff of multicolored vapor.
Arcana is
Intelligence.
intelligence?
Yeah. It's intelligence.
So I got a 10.
10? You can tell that you think that it is definitely magic. Something's going on wrong with the magic, and it's something to do with the pipe. You also at this point notice, like back at the pipe organ, kind of off stage from anyone other than the VIP booth, you can see Voltaire is like talking to Nim. Like, kind of concern clearly on his face.
Tell me about it. That creepy lady was up on the tightrope.
That was the one you saw?
Yeah. I feel like she kept looking at me and glad my bladder is.
Hiding something. A lot of something. What's wrong?
I am unsure what you are talking about, Master Cassalanter.
What's wrong with the pipe organ? You know how to work a pipe organ?
You didn't.
I do not, Master Cassalanter. I did not see any pedals, Mademoiselle Cassalanter.
And the guy floated.
Did float.
Was that not part of the show, Mademoiselle Cassalanter?
It's really poor choreography. Was.
That's a big word for an 8-year-old, and I like it.
As you guys,
Oh, you're
both of you make perception checks.
Does your shirt just say
19. I mean
meat?
18. Huh?
You
Does your shirt say meat? Oh, it's the beat.
you look down. I love the concept of a shirt with the British flag that just says meat. You are kind of talking with Jeeves, and then you look down, and you see Voltaire is talking, and then a puff of that multicolored vapor, and then Voltaire seemingly disappears. As his clothes kind of just crumple to the ground.
What are you looking at?
We have to go
Why?
right now
Why?
because the top hat just appeared.
Guys, look where she.
Yeah.
This is so
Yeah,
bad.
you see a
So bad.
clump of fabric and a top hat.
What is that Voltaire like 2 seconds ago?
Our bother is gone.
Again?
Again.
Okay, let's go.
Yes. So yeah,
No bother at all.
you head down there, and so you are on the opposite side of it from him. The curtain is currently open. Do you like go down and then like go across the like organ, like in front of the organ directly to him, which is the shortest, or do you go around the
Whichever
back?
is quickest.
Okay, yeah. So
Does that mean we're going on stage?
yes, that would mean you'd be running across back, so, running to you.
You're about to have fun.
We're about to find out.
Okay, wait. So are you trying to dance across the stage, or are you just going across the
I'm
stage?
just gonna try and run, but I feel like I should do that stealthily. So maybe the
Oh.
dancing is the best choice.
You're just like you're basically standing on the other side, and you're like crouch, dance.
You notice or not be noticed?
What do you do?
Yeah, no, I'm just gonna run. Something seems really wrong.
Yeah, so you just kind of run across the stage, and you like hear some laughter from the audience. Dante, are you following as well?
I'm right behind.
Yeah.
Wave to my fans.
Make a performance check. See how confident you are. As Nim like looks back and like watches you go over and
Oh, they love.
and just like quickly grabs the rope as then the curtains swing closed. As yeah, you go over to the pile of clothes and
Top hat first.
yeah.
Alright, now.
It's full of tomato juice.
Yes. This is
I'm gonna
dusty.
Can I
You see it moving slightly. Yeah.
roll for Arcana?
Investigation.
You sure? Yeah, you could. Yeah.
Can I do investigation?
Sure, yeah.
Well,
I mean,
17.
3.
yeah, so you're just like staring at the fabric and just like not moving it. You just see something moving inside, something small, maybe about this big, moving inside, and you're just like looking at it.
Yes, these
Um,
are robes.
As perhaps magic can make people disappear.
But there's something moving.
There's something moving it.
Above.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try to pull out the thing that's.
Yeah, so you like remove the coat and whatnot, and you see a small, like hot dog sized axolotl.
That's the best size.
What?
Name is Stan. I don't know why. It just feels right.
Voltaire, your name is not Stan. As Voltaire, you are now an axolotl. You cannot speak.
This is not the cutest thing ever.
Can I touch it?
Yeah, you poke the axolotl.
Don't have to beat me. I'm gonna pick it up. Give it a big old smacker.
Yeah, okay, you pick up the axolotl that you do not know is Voltaire,
Can I
and
roll to see if I can figure out that it's Voltaire?
what would you roll?
Like, insight, like, 2 plus 2 is 4, you know what I'm saying? Voltaire
Sure.
was there, Voltaire was not there, but what was in his clothes?
I'd say you can make that logical jump
Okay,
yourself.
I'll
You don't
just
need
do
to roll
that.
for that. Yeah.
I think that's Voltaire. Okay. Does
You are
breath
being
smell
kissed.
like tomatoes juice? I take a sniff.
Do you breathe at your younger brother? You can still understand what they're saying, and Dante did ask if your breath smelled like tomato juice.
Smell check. Smell check.
Yeah. Make an investigation check.
You're just a cute little guy. Look at him. Can't even fit in a top hat.
Investigation is wisdom or perception, I don't know.
Investigation?
It's intelligence.
Okay, that's
It's intelligence.
22, baby.
Yeah.
I have the nose of a bloodhound.
Yeah. That's very definite tomato.
It's Voltaire!
Oh my gosh, he's so cute.
But he's
I lift my
tiny.
eyeball.
Yeah, you can't even.
Voltaire,
Feels
how
weird.
do we change you back?
But somehow natural.
I'm gonna search. I'm gonna.
He's an animal. He doesn't talk.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm gonna search his pockets.
Okay, for some reason I at first thought, like, the axolotl's pockets, not, like, his actual clothes. Yeah, you search through his pockets.
Oh my god.
As you're searching through his pockets, As you're searching through the pockets of the axolotl, you are kind of looking through, and you find a pen, you find, like, an aether crystal that is, like, clearly the car's key, and you find his writ, his letter of pedigree, and you also find a single, like, black iron coin that as you draw it out, it feels so cold. Way too cold.
It's in my mouth.
I am slapping B's hands. Or Rix's hands.
Yeah.
It's like,
Yeah, as you, like, you put it in your mouth, and you feel,
Okay, I lick it. I lick it.
yeah, so you lick it, and it is very cold, but also, you feel horror. You feel not as if you yourself are experiencing it, but you're watching someone else experience it, as if someone is being eaten alive.
I don't like this bad.
As...
Do I know this from...
No, that's in the future.
Oh! My timeline is confused.
Yeah, so, like, as you kind of reach it out, you still feel that horror. You feel the horror of being held in a mighty, strange, terrifyingly unknown hand.
I dropped it back into.
Yeah, you just drop it.
Touch it.
As then,
It feels bad. It's
another burst of magic as the pipe organ, and then you see, Nim disappears. And then an axolotl lands on the pipe organ, and the music stops.
Okay, I'm going to preserve in my memory the last note that he played.
Okay, yeah, go ahead and make an intelligence saving throw.
I'm gonna set him on the ground.
Has 14.
Okay, yeah. You think you got it?
Okay. Jeeves! I need Jeeves.
Jeeves is not
are they
here.
still on the stage?
So Nim, like, had closed the curtains.
Oh, okay.
Are there still,
Yeah.
I'm gonna go peek out there. Are there still people out there?
Yes, and everything has stopped outside.
Rex!
As, like, there is, like, kind of a murmuring beginning to come along.
Okay.
Okay.
You're in charge now.
Yeah, so...
What did you say?
I said, Rex, you gotta
What do you
distract
do?
People.
I do not know.
Go tap dance. Do not touch the organ. We're going to do that later.
Let's see what my tap dancing skills are
You
like.
could bring the axolotls if you wanted
Oh
to.
my gosh, they could be little buddies.
I am
Yeah,
so
so...
mad. I'm trying to
you-
bite my arms off. But I don't have teeth.
So, are you trying to, like, climb onto, one of the kids, or...
I'm just gonna improv.
What do you...
You're ready
Yeah.
for that.
I'm gonna peek through the curtain. Excuse me, ladies and gents. We're having some technical difficulties right
Yeah.
now.
Oh, Voltaire did have, like, a staff that had an aether crystal in that he spoke into, like, to boy...
Ah, good.
Yeah.
We are having some technical difficulties.
As, yeah, like... As, you see, there are people out there as well, still people who are, like... who aren't yet currently doing anything in the show. And you see a familiar Harlequin woman kind of cock her head at you as her two massive, like, tails off of her jester hat kind of fall over to the side. And then you hear, though she's across the tent, your audition to come into the show.
I'm gonna
brother's good, why not you?
I'm
You do not hear that.
I know.
Okay.
I'm doing this.
Yeah, yeah.
And anyways, so there's 3 elephants, and I don't remember, but
The ringmaster does not stand alone. We're here. Tell us what to do.
Anyways, while we are figuring out the technical difficulties, may I introduce you to our lovely cast members?
He's not here anymore. He ran off to find
I am
Jeeves.
talking to myself.
Yeah.
Cast member.
Yeah, go ahead and make a performance check.
What does that mean?
Wait.
That's a 20.
Yeah, that's the nat 20.
You are
Yeah,
very good at
so
this.
I am born for this.
As you were kind of doing this, like, the crowd's beginning to kind of, like, chuckle. As if... And you kind of begin to get into that vibe, and... Like... you're feeling that, like, echo back, and you realize that you can do something with that. You could...
You
Make
guys
it-
are all watching me.
you could really make that be a joke, yeah, the trapezeists and different carnies begin, like, walking out from different places. You actually note they are all... Specifically, it's led by jesters. It's the jesters and clowns that are leading. And they are intentionally, perhaps, messing up. They are stumbling their way in. They are kind of falling all about. And you notice that the jester, the Harlequin herself, is quickly, like, waving her hand before people as they enter, and as they are entering, their makeup and outfits are completely shifting into, like, juvenile, like, almost, like, more childish, more goofy, more childish, as they're stumbling in and beginning to kind of, like, dance around. What do you do?
Our show will now begin with a collection of fools and blind folks. I am the blind folk because I don't know what I'm doing right now. Someone gave me a script.
You,
Yes. That is what I was trying to say.
as, you hear the jingling of bells once again, and see the cocking of a head. Come now. Step out for your audition, don't stay behind the curtain. You're a ringmaster after all.
Yeah, I am. Okay.
You step out, as, Dante, at this point, you get back to the VIP booth, and you see Beatrix is, like, walking out into the, like, center of the ring, and Jeeves is sitting there, looks back at you.
Jeeves, we need help. Come with me. I start moving back.
Of course, Master, as, like, his voice fades into the background. Like, you hear him begin to speed up, and then, he, like, catches up with you in, kind of at the organ.
Okay. So, that's him. Right there. That axolotl. That's Voltaire. Right there. That's the axolotl. And I think I know what they're putting in the axolotl. So the pipe organ is messing up, but I need somebody to test it, and it needs to not be a person because, I don't need more people to be axolotls. Wanna try it?
Nim is a nimble right,
Yes. But
not an axolotl.
Magic, Jeeves. Don't you understand magic? You will. Play this note. I point to the note.
Yeah, just like it begins, and like all of the people out there are just like spinning. They're just spinning in place. All of the automatons just start spinning in place as a single note is being played.
Anything else happen?
Let me.
Time for scientific tests.
And the spinning is our group called the Bard's Ballet. Please enjoy. Feel free to join in the fun. This is the part of the show where the audience starts to interact with the cast as well.
Oh, wow.
Choice. That wonderfully horrible idea. Why don't we join the show too? As she's walking up to you, like spinning a hula hoop around one finger. As she like approaches you. How would you like high flying? As she drops it, as it goes around you, and then you kind of look around and you realize you are up on like one end of a tightrope with like a trapeze up to the side, and she's standing there next to you. Kind of grabs onto the trapeze. Get to the other side, and we'll get down. As she swings across, like jumps to another trapeze and swings to the platform on the other side of the tightrope. As you actually can tell more than just the automatons are spinning, but also like workings, scaffolding, and whatnot. Like the nets are slowly spinning, the safety measures, like the entire thing is rigged up artificially. You can control the entire set, this thing. They're currently just spinning, and no mishaps seem to be happening.
I'm holding my hand off it. Okay, that didn't work. So I'm going to try it now.
Very well, Master.
Can Dawn hear me?
I mean, with the thing, you actually do kind of like sense that something is off. As you like look through the curtain and you don't see Beatrix, and then go ahead and make a perception check.
Doing well so far. Okay.
It's the blue dye.
15.
Okay, 15. Yeah, as you kind of look around, and then you see Beatrix up at one end of the high wire, alone on the platform.
What? How did you get up there?
I don't know. Your guess is as good as mine.
Okay, I'm
Get me
I'm
down.
gonna see if I can remember everything that I've learned about the organ, and see if I can turn that into a knowledge of like what.
Yeah.
What?
Go ahead.
Mind map out what I can do with this thing.
Yeah, go ahead and go ahead and make an intelligence saving throw.
Ooh, that's a 14.
Do a dex check.
The key is intent.
Okay.
You can see that you can control the entire set, other than the tent itself and the stands. You can control everything.
I'm gonna sit at the keyboard. Did you make a check?
I think I'm okay.
I'm gonna sit at the keyboard. Put my hands where I saw Nim put his hand.
Yeah.
And then I'm gonna close my eyes and be like, put everyone back on stage, please, and then just play.
Okay, yeah. Make a dexterity pipe organ check. You are now a jack with the pipe organ, which means you have half of your proficiency.
Okay.
Which will be +1.
Okay, so I have plus.
You have +1.
Oh,
No,
okay.
you have your proficiency is +2.
+2. Okay.
So half of it is +1.
All right. We have bad news.
What was it? On that one?
Yep.
Okay. As you like first chord you hit, you hear a whoop, and you see a flash of multicolored vapor coming out of one of the pipes.
I'm an axolotl.
As no, you are not. You are. Ooh. Okay, yeah, sure. You feel yourself like pushed against the organ. And as you are like pushed against the organ, you feel yourself like kind of pushed against it, and you're like held there for a moment as you feel kind of a twinge in the back of your head as Beatrix, you are shot 10 feet in the other direction, which is up and directly towards the high wire.
Oh, this is so not good.
As you are like 10 feet in a diagonal up towards the high wire. As you see the trapezius kind of like jumps, spins around you, taps the like aether crystal inside of it's a staff with a ring with the aether crystal in the middle. Think an old-timey mic kind of setup. She taps it as goes across the audience, and then you light up as a spotlight, as she basically like moves and then pulls a spotlight to be directly on you. As you hear her giggling. And then, as you're going directly towards the high wire, she catches another trapeze. Trapezes is off. I don't know what the verb of trapeze is. Yeah. What are you doing as you are falling directly towards the tightrope?
I need to catch it or something.
Are you trying to land on it, or?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, make an acrobatics check.
Tell me now, please.
As
Oh my gosh, 5.
Do add a d6 to that, as the trapezius did, like, you feel the trapezius's giggle in the back of your head as she is assisting. What is it in all?
8.
This is dexterity?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, so you are kind of like falling as you like, as you're going towards the tightrope, you, basically land on it, yes, but not with your feet, as you just, like, land on it, and then it goes, and launches you back up slightly. You can either, like, grab on it so you're not, like, flung back up, or you can try to fling back up and try to land on it again.
Try and land again.
Okay, yeah, and as you do so, the trapezius, again, like, kind of goes up and, like, grabs you by the hands, like, kind of, at first you feel like you get spun and almost into a flip, and it feels like you're out of control, as then you realize you're spinning, and your feet, as you're approaching the tightrope, are just coming to the point where it's beginning to align with the tightrope. She not took you out of control, but put you into a perfectly controlled spin. Go ahead and make an acrobatics check with advantage, which means roll twice and take the best.
16.
Okay, yeah, as you land on the high wire, as it kind of wobbles, and then you feel it kind of like tighten and adjust slightly. As you, you see it kind of adjusts and twists, and then, for a moment, the rope almost looks like instead of coils, it has scales, and then it's back to a rope.
I'm gonna kill Dawn and Voltaire when I get down.
As yeah, you like kind of like walk and then you balance, as then she like her and another trapezius comes back and kind of like with one hand they kind of like swing and then like come right up to you, neutral with a pole between them. They're on either side. They come up and stop just in front of you, and you hear her voice again, the ringings of the bell. Grab on.
Okay.
As yeah, she kind of goes back. Go ahead and roll another acrobatics check to try to make it across, and you can make a organ check to try to
That one.
help. Yeah, depending on your organ check, she might get advantage.
Okay, what am I adding to this?
It is your dexterity performance, or dexterity pipe organ, which you have you are half proficient in.
12.
12, yeah.
Clear rolling space.
Okay, yeah, so, you are kind of, like, going across, as then, like, it's kind of, like, going to either side, and though the rope seems to even partially be balancing for you, and the thing is going across, you hear, like, oohs and ahs from the crowd. Like, they're, as, the tightrope kind of begins to wobble more, as then, you kind of flip, and kind of, flick off of it, and in an attempt to kind of grab it, you grab on as it kind of bounces slightly and kind of then launches you into the air. And as you're kind of soaring down, you see that there is a, that you're heading down towards a collection of mechanical animals. As, the Harlequin lands, the Harlequin, like, trapezes past you, and, falls past you as you are kind of, like, arcing, as you hear her giggle again before she lands over near the animals, and, kind of does a pizzazz. As you, begin to, like, kind of come down, and, as you do, she kind of spins around, and a pool of water appears. A short pool of water. As you land in it, she functionally casts Feather Fall. As you land, you are not damaged, though you kind of splutter and look around, and around you are a gathering of mechanical lions. Walking in the circle. 3 mechanical lions.
I hate cats.
The ringmaster always has the show going on. For an audition, make it look like what you mean is what you mean. And risk, scare, thrill. That's what they like. As the audience is, in fact, like, gasping, but after you've, like, gotten out of the pool, you hear, like, a round roaring. As, you get a D4 crowd inspiration, which you can add that to any D20 roll of your choice. It's the pyramids.
Okay.
Yeah. No, don't roll it. When you roll a check,
Okay.
you can add that to your roll. As... Yes, Beatrix is back to the ground, but though that's kind of going on, the show is low. The mechanicals, other than the automatons are not moving all that. You played an instrument just to, like, gather them in, and you can feel the suspense of the audience building as you've gathered all of the, like, pieces. You've kind of compressed the entire set, gathered all of the characters into the center of the ring. What do you do? Okay, there are the corded ones.
Okay. And Rick's back on the ground, I can see that, right?
Yes.
Okay.
I mean, you have to kind of, like, open the curtain to do so.
I'm gonna peek out there.
You could pull the cord and just have the curtain open.
Might as well.
Yeah. You pull the cord as you essentially, the curtain's opening, crescendo this tension, this anticipation even further.
Okay, I see Rick.
Yes. Yes, you do. You see Rix being circled by mechanical lions, which you did not.
Thumbs way down.
You did not tell to do that.
Okay, I'm gonna turn back and go funny and safe.
Okay. Go ahead and make the check. 11. To be clear, you can also intend them to do specific things. It's not just vague things. You can...
Dance.
Leave
Yeah.
Ricks the frick alone.
What was the check? The check was 11. Okay.
Try to let me tame the lions.
If the die itself is,
Stupid.
yeah. If the die itself is below 5 or below, tell me.
Okay.
Regardless of what the total is.
It is not.
As, yeah, so the, all of the, pieces begin to kind of dance around, and the clowns and whatnot are kind of like, it essentially just kind of turns into kind of a carousel of frolicking mechanical animals. With the lions are still in the middle, kind of like going around, come now, your show won't let you down. Give a thrill, give a show.
I'm gonna die. I'm gonna jump on a lion.
Okay, yeah, go ahead. Make an acrobatics check. Dexterity acrobatics.
And
Remember, you can add that D4.
11.
Yeah, as you like go as like two of the lions kind of split off and begin going the opposite direction, as one of them, the one that you're heading towards, begins to kind of like come at you. As you kind of like are trying to move to the side slightly, it pounces directly at you, and its maw opens and opens further, almost as if it unhinges. Roll again. As the lion's mouth closes around you, you hear a gasp out from the audience, and as the back of the lion opens up, as you come straight out and through, as then you grab on and it closes, and you are on the lion's back.
Alright.
As another cheer comes out through the audience. You can add you now have a D8 audience inspiration, for your next check. Or whenever you wish to next use it. As yeah, you can tell what's going on. To be clear, you also have, like, the mic staff still. So, if you wanted to, you could, like, communicate what to do with the show. As, like, things are kind of building, you now hear the jingling in your ears as well. The show is building, the suspense is climbing. Climax is needed for an audition.
I was actually thinking. Fireworks.
Alright, you hop on the lion.
Yeah?
I'll do the fireworks.
I mean, to be clear, you can, like, speak through the mic, which would be kind of communicating to her, but or to him, but you guys can't communicate. Yeah.
I'm just thinking to myself.
Like, I mean, best you could do is charades, but, like, both of you are completely visible to the audience. If they saw you going,
Scared.
yeah, it might, distill their dissuade their confidence.
Alright, ladies and gentlemen, and those who know better, you've seen my feats of strength of taming the lion. Let's see how the jesters handle these lions, shall we?
Alright, lion and jester dance.
The jester, the harlequin, tilts her head back to the other side, and you see, like, a glint in her eyes. Game it is? Challenge for challenge. Yeah, go ahead. What are you having the lions do?
Hokey pokey.
I am holding one dance in my drink. It is the Irish jig.
You are having the Lion's Irish jig?
It's a dance fight. It's a dance fight.
Oh, wait. Let me think about.
West Side Story with lions.
Yes, you know how roosters. I've seen roosters like go out in the garden.
Okay, yeah.
You what?
Okay, yeah. Go ahead. Make a at this point, I would actually, you can choose either dexterity or charisma, for the ability score.
Charisma, baby. That's 20. I don't even need it.
Yeah, as you begin to play, and the tiger, like the jesters, essentially, like you corral all of the jesters towards the center as the harlequins begin to. The harlequin stands in the middle as the lions begin to circle around, and then the tigers begin to kind of like go down and then come back up. Go down into like a crouch and come back up. Before they begin to like kind of rhythmically jump, like they jump up off of some of the larger automatons and back to the ground. As the harlequins begin to like, the harlequin begins to spin her hula hoop. You have no clue where she got it from. She has it once again, as the other jesters begin to do the same. And again, you have no clue where they got the hula hoops from, as they reach out and the lions are like jumping through, as they're all going together, as the harlequins are like leading, the jesters are leading the lions, as a single lion with a platinum mane made of pure metal clatters and pounces seemingly out of nowhere into the center spotlight, as the lead harlequin has it jump through the hoop, then holds the hula hoops above, as the other harlequins do the same, as all of the lions shift, pounce directly like into the air and directly down through the hoops on top of the harlequins, as they all vanish. And then lights beam down directly from above. The two of you, seemingly out of nowhere, no clue what happened as the lights went out, are now atop a tower held by the harlequin holding onto other carnies' hands, supporting the two of you on their arms, as you are atop a massive tower of carnies and automaton. As the crowd some cheer.
Hold my hand.
Alright, ladies and gentlemen, and those who know better, let's give a round of applause for the taming of the beast. How about those carnies, yeah? For our final act, it's a mystery to us, so we'll leave it a mystery to you. We'll see what happens, shall we? Shall we?
I thought we were done.
And the game goes on.
As
Tiny
the harlequin kind of cocks her head and looks over at you, Beatrix, then looks over at Dante, and looks up directly to where the center pole meets the tent. Looks down at the other jesters. And then, as they all begin to collapse. As you see her falling, you see her like jumping off of different people and different things as they all fall. You two just like holding hands as you're falling to the sky. As she reaches the organ, lands, puts like as a her hula hoop spins and then turns into a snake, which coils onto either of the rows of the organ's keys as she slams the down as all of the pipes blare at once, and all of the mechanics kind of begin to whip and writhe as then the entire tent begins to pull itself apart and pull itself down as it all collapses. And there stand in the middle of a collapsed tent with patrons all around, kind of like panicked for a moment and then gathering their senses. Harlequin, all of the carnies have disappeared. The automatons, you see like kind of lumps and stuff underneath the tent, and through a part of the tent that allows to be open, you can see broken automaton, limbs snapped. The broad automaton that you once controlled, and the slender automaton with the golden face which you once controlled, both of their heads are cocked. Their bodies crumpled. As you hear in the back of your mind, it's a good audition to get into the show.
Where's the axolotls?
You kind of look around, and then you realize that both of them are not.
Pick 'em up.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, and those who know better, that is the conclusion of our fantastic celebration.
Have a good night.
Perhaps we can leave you with something to ponder as you see this disheveled tent of broken automatons.
They do not see it. Like, it is only from your angle can you see this.
Good.
Yeah.
Certainly hope that you enjoyed our circus. Don't be shy to come back.
I'll go away.
This was a one-time celebration. A once-in-a-lifetime celebration.
Say good night.
Good night. Good tidings to all. Goodbye. Okay.
As the audience kind of like erupts into laughter and then begins to scatter.
It's just
as Jeeves kind of like comes up to you and like cocks kind of cocks their head and looks at the two of you. That was spectacular.
That's how I feel about it too.
An automaton is now standing just in front of you, Dante, with a magnificent wooden beard. It's Nim. Nim standing there without musketeer garb at all. That having been left behind.
Do I have just
Nim looks over at the other axolotl, a very knowing glance. Very pointed, intentional. As things begin to shift. See magical, multicolored vapor, almost like an aurora borealis, begin to shift under the axolotl's skin.
down.
And it pops. Voltaire, what do you do?
Run to my clothes.
Okay.
But not
Instead, for as it then, unlike Nim, the axolotl almost erupts into flame, into crimson and amber flame. Then, standing in front of you, fully dressed, is Voltaire. In a new top hat. Still have the other one.
You're back! Where did you... Okay, we have a lot of things to talk about.
Yes.
I don't want to talk until I get a hug. What just happened?
Okay, I hugged them both.
I
You
want to
both
talk.
did fantastic work. That was horrifying and
That's
spectacular.
child labor.
You volunteered to do it, didn't
You
you?
said it was work. I was trying to save you.
You did.
Good job you did up there.
You did an excellent performance.
Thank you.
Both of you.
But why?
Why?
Why did you become an axolotl and leave us to finish the show? That was scary.
What happened? And
It's-
who's that Harley Quinn?
Would
Excellent
appear
question.
that the curse of Full Court was real.
Ah.
Perhaps locals are worth listening to in the future.
What's the gold curve?
What?
Magic doesn't work quite here. Thought it was superstition. Now I have proof.
I mean, it was...
Proof I almost fell off a high road.
didn't work. There was magic through the whole performance.
No!
None of it functioning the way it's supposed to. I was not supposed to turn into an axolotl, neither was Nim. That was not intentional or part of the show. That was...
I knew it.
Though, the Harlequin might be right. They did well. Interesting show indeed.
What did the Harlequin say?
Maybe passed an audition.
The Harlequin made Rick speak her pants. And her trousers.
We will get you a clean change of clothes.
I don't like the Harlequin.
No,
He kept
nobody
referring
does.
to everything as a game.
You
were
yeah,
scared.
that they were specifically not supposed to talk to you.
That's what I
Well,
thought.
they did a lot of talking.
They did. That
Are
will be
the
dealt with
Harlequins
later.
dangerous?
Are the lions dangerous?
Oh, definitely.
Certainly, that maneuver they did was definitely not you. Whether or not you were frightened by the Harlequin, he was giving you a good shot, helping you the whole way.
I mean,
Think about it. Think about the exhilaration.
I
All the
thought-
people you made. Wonderful. A show they'll never forget. A show that I have to fix a lot of. I'll talk to her about that later. But
An axolotl of. Oh no.
you performed quite well. And
It was cool. Scared?
I need to learn how to play the organ better.
Yeah.
Because a lot of that was scary because I didn't do well with the organ. Also, I didn't like not knowing what the magic was going to do because I figured it was messing up the whole time, and I knew that.
I tamed a lion.
You were great. I'm hungry.
Well,
I want anything but tomato juice. I will even take grits.
let's go the opposite route. What's the opposite? Fried pickle. I don't know. Do we like pickles?
I like pickles.
Jinx.
perhaps, you think it right. An invitation to the circus.
Only if you teach me how to
You're a
fix-
carny. I'm a carny. Why shouldn't they be?
You are a child.
Honestly, you both do have possible future in the entertainment guild.
I'm 8
Entertainers.
Yes,
A
but next
future.
time
Means
I
you have
want
time
no
to
heights.
become amazing.
to learn how to fix the organ.
Exactly.
Good. Then I'm in.
The two of you Make quite a team. Much like Voltaire and myself, ringmaster that also played the primary organist. Understands how it works.
Hope so.
You will.
Good. And I'm in.
I will go with Don wherever he goes. I'm in.
I think we have a future set for us then.
I'll go and
Yeah.
confront the Harlequin.
Thank you. Have the patrons cleared out?
The patrons, well, they're going about and they're like going to the other food stands and whatnot. It's not the end of the day. The show did take up the majority of the afternoon, and it's now evening. But the Festival
like,
of Wonders is by no means done.
Right. I mean, like in the general area. Like, is the organ still intact?
The organ is fine. Yeah, the organ is fine. Completely intact.
Well, then I'm going to walk up to the organ. Something I had hoped to do in better circumstances for the both of you, but a birthday is not complete without its song. And I... the whole thing.
Yeah, as you do, go ahead and make a charisma performance check for me.
You got it, boss. Okay. I was really hoping for a natural 20, but this is fine, actually. Where is it? Why can't I read? Why am I not proficient in that? Oh, well. Still 17. 13 plus 4.
As you hear first the voices of carnies, and then voices of patrons, random people, singing happy birthday. The entire bull court is beginning to rile up. And as it is happening, as you play a crescendoing note, as you are playing a crescendoing note, you hit the end, and then feel a thump as one of the pipes, again, surges. You feel in your stomach. You feel something strange. A moment later, you begin vomiting up copper. So many copper pieces. As that is where we are going to end for the night. To be clear, those are coins. As yes, we will sign off, and then we can do a bit of post session for those who can stick around. Thank you guys so much for watching, and thank you guys so much for playing. This was a very good session. I would like to, of course, thank the people who provided our music. That circus music is provided, and the Twins theme were both provided by Shane Ivers, whereas some of the other music was provided by Vinsvept. Go check them both out. Check Vinsvept out at Bandcamp and on YouTube. Check Shane Ivers out at silvermansound.com. If you'd like to support us, support our stories, help us put out modules for you guys to enjoy and rules for you to enjoy, go support us on Patreon. It will also give you voting power in the guild and allow you to sit in on the council meetings as we're discussing rules that will come up later, and we'd love to have your voices in on. It will also, of course, give you roles on our Discord, where you can play games with us, and you can join our Discord without being a patron. However, patrons do have priority in games. Love to play some sessions with you. We have weekly games that anyone can join. If you'd like to check out the VODs, go ahead and check out our YouTube. All of these things are linked on our Twitch and they are all named Dreamscape Storytellers. Discord is not yet discoverable, so you will have to follow the links to find it rather than.
That's fine.
That is the end of the outro. Yes, again, thank you guys for playing. This was a lot of fun. Bull Court has... I forget exactly what the lore is, but it has lore that I ended up interpreting as wild magic surges. I think that it is still... I think that it is something to do with the,
Weather.
sense the spell plague or whatnot, or something like that. But, yeah, so, like, any magic that's happening in that courtyard, that court, it's also viewed as cursed for, as well, but anything that happens in that court, magic has the potential of going wild and having random effects. And, like, the ground, I didn't really get to describe the court too much, but the ground is all, like, made of, it's, like, just straight earth, and there's no buildings in there because everyone's kind of been, like, too scared to build there. So it just naturally became this court that caravans and stuff gather in the festival. It's also one of the cheapest festival grounds in the city, that are not in the dock ward.
There is a big reason.
Which is totally not the reason Cassalanter Entertainment went there.
Why would we? No.
But yeah, that was a lot of fun. Oh, I did want to say that this session ended up being inspired by another song as well. I think it's called "Come Join the Circus." I'm gonna look up who exactly it's by. But yeah, it's spooky. It's
Same.
it's a spookier version. I did not expect to have to come up with the Harlequin character now.
But it was good.
I
It
don't
did.
like her.
She
Scares me.
Like, we're gonna get rid of her as quickly as possible. If we are in charge, she's fired. You know what I'm saying?
I'm gonna, yeah.
But that was stunning. That Nat 1 for finding his wagon was hilarious.
That was so good.
The rolls in this campaign, I've only been here twice, but every single time the rolls are so perfect for what you're rolling for. It's almost crazy. Like, I'm like,
Yeah.
What? How do we keep doing this?
Oh, don't worry, I'll balance that out.
No good.
I was not expecting. I was definitely not expecting the Cassalater Entertainment Circus to get spooky yet. Oh right, I was looking up the name.
As soon as he was like, "Come join my circus," I was like, "I'm scared of clowns."
Yeah.
Are you? Oh no.
I am.
Oh, wait, you both are. I forgot.
Yeah.
I would love.
Nice. This is just fun for me then.
I will say that Harlequins aren't exactly clowns, though they do have overlap.
Well, there's only specific aspects of clowns that scare me, so I'm like, I'm doing okay.
Yeah.
But I get it.
Okay.
I don't like clown makeup because I'm not seeing who I'm interacting with.
Yes.
You know, it's very easy to hide who you are behind face paint.
That's also why I hate costume characters.
That's fair.
I had a great fear.
And when you were like, it's a Harley Quinn with white makeup and diamonds, and she has a freaky smile, I was like, oh, nice.
That was entirely you adding. I did not say she had a freaky smile. I just described like her smiling and
It's
cocking
the
her
same
head.
thing. When she cocked
But
her head and went, hello there, I was like, it's a ghost!
I got
So
that.
he just put that out there, and you went, "This is creepy," and he was like,
"This
"Okay."
is terrible.
That's not the right one. There are so many spooky circus songs that I'm trying to find this particular one.
It is yet to be a grown-up that I have not villainized in some way, except for Vol.
Is he grown up? He's like, is he
He's
grown up in our
baby
minds?
grown up.
Yeah, like I feel like we're both all kind of like.
Yeah, but he's not like I mean this in the best way possible. He's not like an authoritative
Yeah.
personality.
Yeah.
He's
No.
just like our safe face.
Yeah. And I feel like, you know, Dawn prefers the automatons and stuff because
Right.
we live with them. And also, they're usually good for information.
Well, and I'm kind of like interpreting character that since these two are very wealthy children and are twins, we have been each other's best friends for the first 8 years, so we're not that socially
No.
capable. So every
No,
adult
it's-
is just kind of like, aha, a threat.
I'm like,
Okay.
perhaps
Honestly,
a wealth of information.
It's okay. The song I believe is called "Circus Apocalypse" by Vermilion Lies.
Oh.
I'd love to listen to it after we end the stream for you guys. It's great. Yes. So that was a great session. There will not be a session this Friday. And I believe if there is one next Friday that you won't be able to be there. So there might not be a session next Friday either. We're wanting to get the birthday session in soon, preferably the next session. So we'll work on scheduling for next week. So listen for our announcement. I'll announce that on the Twitter on when that session will actually be.
I want to know more about that coin. I just remembered the coin. That was a time.
But yeah.
I remember that coin from the future.
I was like,
Yeah.
it's cold, I'm gonna put it in my mouth and see
As
if it warms
as
up.
soon as you were like, she picks up a coin, I was like, don't touch it, don't touch it.
I do like now that both of you I love the fact that we thought that Beatrix would have known about the coin first, but then it ended up being Dante has known about it for almost a year at this point.
And you didn't tell me.
I mean, it's scary. It's a real spooky coin.
Okay, Don does definitely not talk about things that scare him. He just moves on.
Shoot me there.
But
Yeah.
yes, again, thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for playing.